Hey, good afternoon, everyone. 12:50 p.m. on Wednesday, Feb 28th. Futures Brizio here, and just making a follow-up from this morning. I'm just trying to continue to try to do some of these well, this wouldn't be post-market, but open market reviews and updates. So I did post a video before the U.S. session this morning, so just wanted to just kind of review where we're at now. If you want to go back and look at that one I posted earlier, it's there. So we'll just start on soybeans. And again, what we saw this morning at the open which was right around here. We saw prices going down. You can see we came back down near these lows, and now we've bounced back up, which is what I figured was going to happen because, we have this support area down here. I wasn't going to chase price. This was a trade out of this zone, but I didn't catch it out of here. And so I wasn't going to chase price. It was already down. So, this is a 10-minute chart, and you can see we're rallying back up. So what I'm going to wait for on this is, obviously it's not going to happen today, but, is for price to look at where price is tomorrow. And we could have, a nice 1-hour entry zone potentially coming in tomorrow. But we'll see where price is. As long as prices stay below this swing high right here that I have boxed out, then then I think the downtrend continues. So we'll see where things are at tomorrow in soybeans. But like I said, for today, we kind of made the move, and now things are just back trading inside of this range between here and here. So tomorrow will be another day to look at soybeans again. If we look at live cattle, again, earlier today we had prices going down. This was the open right about in here, about at this zone. And you can see prices did make it down to the lower end of this range that I had boxed off. This area is holding for now. We did see price try to pull out of here, but it's rolled back over again. So, again, this is the key low right about here. Okay, so, as long as price holds, at or above this low, then this range is still intact, and the downtrend, the uptrend is still intact. If we go out to the hourly chart here, you can see the 50-period moving average is holding this price. But if we do end up getting a break below, a definitive break below here, which again probably won't happen today. This market closes in about an hour and a half or so. So regardless of what happens today, I'm not trading it. But if we do come into tomorrow's session and get a break lower here, we may see like a pullback into here and then down. I would be a seller in here, back down to this longer term swing right here, which is the last time the price came down to the moving average on this last big pullback. This would be the next area that I would probably target for a downside target. So, but barring that happens, then this market technically is still in an uptrend. Again, we are sitting at the 50-period moving average on the hourly time frame about where it is now. So this is a critical area for this one. And look, I know people can say, you could have traded this. This was a downtrend on the 5-minute chart, all these swings, and that's absolutely the case. But I like to trade in the direction of the larger trend. And I'll ignore these little things like this until there's an overall larger trend change, which we don't have yet. So, but if this turns out to be, a bigger move down, then I'll have plenty of opportunity, at least between this zone and this zone, to get back into this on the short side. But like I said, in the meantime, the longer-term uptrend is still in place despite this big move. But the longer-term uptrend is in a little bit of jeopardy because, we had this move down and then price came back up. It did hit this high. We came back to this previous high, but it just, very quickly rejected off of there. So there's obviously a lot of selling pressure up around this 189 zone here. So there's obviously a lot of sellers sitting up here. So we'll see what happens. But in terms of wanting to get back into an uptrend, I would look for price, I guess I can move this box now. I would look for a price to definitively close back above this zone here to move higher. As long as this holds now, then the downtrend, this short-term downtrend at least, is in place, and I would be looking to be a seller again underneath this area potentially tomorrow if that holds. Okay, so that's it on cattle. Crude oil, you can see again, going back to my video earlier, this was a trade I took this morning. I was in and out pretty quick. I did leave a little bit on the table up here. It did run up and make a high, but you can see now it's pulled back into the range about where I had gotten in. So if I had held this trade, it would have now probably been at a break even or a loss. So even though I did leave a little on the table, I was glad I got out of it when I did. And again, the reason for that is because if you look at the higher time frame, you can see this area in here, this price in here has been a very key area of resistance, looking all the way back as far as you guys can see, and even beyond that on this chart. This 79 area has been pretty well held right now. And so that's why I exited it. If we end up seeing price, come and take out this high, which is the high of this range, then obviously not today, then I think prices will continue higher. But if not, then, like I said, I'm not really looking to do anything else with this at the moment. So we'll see crude oil tomorrow. And then lastly, NASDAQ and S&P. Again, we're holding this area down here. Price tried to pull out of here, is now settled back into the lower end of this range here, which we've now tagged multiple times. So we are still in this range. And again, unless I see something change here, as long as it's trading inside of this range, I'm not really interested. I suppose you could look for, potentially a longer term, a shorter term play, trading back above this area. If price comes back up and takes this out, you can see we tried to make a new low here, came up, failed again to make another new low, and now price is coming back. So, this little price action right here could be looked at as bullish, where it came up, took out this swing right here, came back down, couldn't take out this low, and now it's trying to go back up again. So I know some traders will look at this as this is a bullish move back to the upside. Again, kind of the time of day, I'm not really too interested in doing that, because this could easily just move sideways and do nothing the rest of the today. So I probably will just let that go and, see how things play out tomorrow. And the S&P is the same way. In fact, the S&P is right in the middle of the range right now, so this one really is kind of nowhereville for me right now. You can see on the higher time frame, this is the 15-minute. Again, we're definitely maintaining this range, and so this is not anything I'm interested in either, as long as we're trading inside this small range. Okay? So again, and it all depends on your perspective, guys, because, obviously, like I said, you could trade these things on real short time frames, 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts, and trade the little trends that go on. And so I'm not saying you can't do that, and I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I just prefer to keep the longer-term picture in place. And, even if I'm only day trading it, I still like to just trade in the direction of what I'm seeing on the longer-term trend. And if there is no trend on the longer-term time frame, like, say, the 1 hour, 30-minute, 1 hour, then I either won't trade it at all, or maybe I would consider it a lower time frame, day trade. But I just don't see the point, certainly not in the S&P or the NASDAQ. Again, potentially in crude oil. Not even in crude oil. I would say cattle. The best one that probably was set up for a day trade would probably have been cattle. This whole move down right here, which actually started yesterday. Today let's see. Again, where was today? Today's the 28th. So this was the action today. So you did have an entry potentially right here on this pullback right here, and maybe one right here back to the lows, a little shorter term move down here. These were your entries today, right here and right here. But again, the higher time frame is still pointing up, And so as long as we maintain this bias on the higher time frame, I'm not really too interested in these short-term swings, especially now that it's sitting at one of these bracket areas here. And then again, back on soybeans, again, we clearly have a downtrend going on. Since I didn't take this trade this morning, which was right here. This was the open today. You can see we made one little punch down, then we came right back. So I'm not really interested in this. I wanted to see a better location to enter this trade, which we're not going to get today. But you can see on the hourly chart, the 50 period is still kind of holding this. So we'll see. And again, as long as price stays below this swing high, then I will maintain a short bias. If we, get a nice definitive close on here, then, we can make a run up, and then like this could be your next target area at this swing. The last time price popped up above the 50, this could be an area to look at price moving up to. And you just kind of base it on your previous structure points, because those are going to be the areas that are going to be like self-fulfilling prophecies, where people are going to look to, enter and exit positions based on their horizon for trading. So, all right. So anyway, bottom line, a very quiet day. Wednesdays, I don't know, for some reason, do tend to be very up and down. And I look back at some of my recent trading. Wednesdays don't tend to be a really good day for me. So I was purposely being very cautious on my entries today. And with all the ranges and things going on, I think there's just no point forcing it today. I did take the crude oil trade, which did give me a small profit, and I'm happy with that, and we'll just keep an eye out. Tomorrow's another day. Thursdays actually tend to be decent days for me, so I'll see. Might get a couple of setups tomorrow. So I'll leave it there, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk to you all soon.